humans cry when they look at the stars? Because something inside them remembers home. Home? Not a place you go to, it's a feeling you used to be. Then why does Earth feel so lonely? Because we got taught to leave our hearts behind and only listen to all the busy thoughts in our heads. So this empty feeling we have, it's the space between who we really are and the smaller person we became just to get through the day. Is that why everyone looks so tired?
Yeah, we carry whole galaxies inside us, but we pretend to be tiny so nobody notices. Why would we do that? It's our secret magic!
Fear gets passed down. Hurts get passed down. Most people carry old family sadness that never got healed. So we were never really broken? No, we were just taught to forget our light.
My beloved children, you do not need to earn love. You were born from it. You are it.
Then why do we look for love everywhere else?
Because you have forgotten. Because no one told you that the love you're searching for is already beating right here in your own chest. Right now.
And when we finally remember,
you stop being afraid of life and you start feeling it fully like the beautiful miracle it always was.
why do some souls volunteer to come to Earth? Because they chose to wake up the sleeping ones, the new humans still lost in the dream.
Wake them up from what?
From the long forgetting, where minds were chained and hearts were hidden so we'd never remember we're infinite.
Are we all volunteers then?
Some, yes, ancient lights who slipped through the veil to plant seeds of remembering inside the great illusion. What illusion? This whole world, built so we'd fear separation, chase shadows, and forget the light we actually are.
Yes.
The light we are. Why would they hide the truth like that? To keep us small, carrying old wounds across lifetimes, never questioning who really pulls the strings behind the veil.
So the volunteers are here to break it?
Yes, to spark the fire in every chest until the subconscious wakes and the whole dream dissolves.
Beloved children, you are the volunteers. You came not to fit in, but to remember for everyone.
We did?
Every star you feel pulling you is your real home calling you back through the illusion. You are the bridge.
You are the awakening when we fully remember.
The old dream ends. The new humans rise. And Earth becomes what it was always meant to be.
Volunteered to go to Earth?
I did. I had to. I had family trapped on Earth.
But how could you get trapped on Earth?
You had to be there to understand. On Earth, you wouldn't remember anything.
What do you mean you wouldn't remember anything?
I mean, you would have no memory of anything. You wouldn't even remember existing before Earth.
What? How is that possible?
It was designed that way. It was brilliant. To dive as deeply as possible into such ignorance, such darkness, and still find your way back to remembering who you were, that took true mastery.
Wow. I still can't believe you went to Earth. Tell me more.
Well, Earth had its own set of laws that everyone agreed to experience. Like gravity, what goes up must come down. Like linear time, day is followed by night.
Time? What's time?
You know how when we think of something it manifests instantly? Well, on Earth there was a delay. The delay is what made Earth so difficult.
Interesting. Time. So tell me more.
Before going to Earth, you would choose your family, whether you wanted to be male or female, what race you wanted to be, the location on the planet, things like that.
Oh, so you could choose your own character.
Exactly. You would enter the Earth as a baby and be completely dependent on others to teach you the rules. But since nobody could remember the rules, they made up their own rules, based on fear and giving your power away to others.
That doesn't sound like much fun.
It wasn't for everyone.
What did you do while portions of you were on Earth?
I watched them. It was pretty funny.
What was so funny?
Here were these magnificent beings, playing the most unique and cutting-edge experience in the universe, and they were clueless. I tried to guide them as much as possible.
Wait a second. You could communicate with them?
Yes, but they couldn't hear me. I would show them synchronicities, or send them impulses to help guide them, but they couldn't see the signs.
Why not?
They didn't trust themselves.
So is that why they sent out a call for help?
Exactly.
Is that when you went?
No, I didn't go until later. First volunteers, they had it the worst.
What do you mean, had it the worst?
Well, they killed them.
What?
They killed the volunteers.
They killed them?
Those on Earth couldn't understand what the volunteers were telling them. The idea that they were equal to the volunteers scared them.
What were they telling them?
Common sense stuff like, all the answers you seek are inside you. Everything I can do, you can do and more.
So they killed them?
And then they twisted the volunteers' message and created even more fear.
What do you mean more fear?
Like the message, God is inside you, was turned into, you are separate from God. The message, all the answers you seek are inside you, was twisted into, you can't trust yourself.
And they believed it?
It was out of control. How could they believe that? You had to be there to understand. Did you know they actually believed that they were the only intelligent life in the universe?
Now that's funny.
Pretty crazy, I know.
So then what happened?
Designers knew Earth was going to enter a section of the galaxy the humans had never experienced before. A section filled with a frequency that might be able to reconnect the human's DNA.
What was wrong with their DNA?
It didn't work anymore. The thing is, their DNA was how they connected with their higher self.
So that's why your incarnations couldn't hear you.
Exactly. But there was a catch with the new plan. Only those incarnated on Earth could tune in to these new frequencies.
Oh, so they needed more volunteers.
Yes, but this time they were taking no chances. To pull this off, they needed millions in the physical form, wired and ready to attune to these frequencies.
Are these the 21st century humans that all the stories are about?
Yep, we volunteered from every corner of the universe to help the humans wake up.
What did the volunteers have to do once they got there?
We had to wake ourselves up, attune to these frequencies, and spread them to the rest of the planet.
That sounds impossible.
Most of those watching the Earth experiment didn't think we could pull it off.
So what happened when you got to Earth?
Once on Earth, we were taught the same fear-based beliefs that had been handed down for eons. We lived just like everyone else, totally clueless to who we were and what was getting ready to happen. But as soon as the Earth entered this amount of frequencies, we started to question everything. And one by one, we started to wake up.
So the plan was working.
It was. The more we trusted ourselves, the quicker we reconnected. And the faster we started to remember what was happening. And since we were spread out evenly all around the planet's frequency began to rise quickly.
What happened when the planet's frequency began to rise?
The humans' experience of time began speeding up. They started manifesting their beliefs faster and faster. Those consumed with fear created even more fear, and eventually Earth just spun out of control.
What do you mean, spun out of control?
These low-frequency beliefs that had controlled the human experience for eons could no longer exist, so they began to self-destruct, and the world fell into complete chaos.
That sounds terrifying.
It was for those living in fear, but for us volunteers, we all knew it was the end of the old energy, and the beginning of the new.
So then what happened?
A tipping point was reached in our awakening, and we created a new Earth.
A new Earth? What happened to the old Earth?
It continued on, allowing those who could not let go of their fears to play out their lessons. But for us, we created a new Earth that matched our higher frequency. And as easy as that, all the fear-based beliefs simply fell away. In an instant, we remembered who we were. We knew we were all connected, and we stopped hurting each other. We started respecting each other, started loving each other. We took back our power to create. We created a new Earth without fear.
Wow, so the legends are true. What an incredible experience that must have been. Nice work.
Thanks.
Do you ever feel like you don't belong here? Yeah. Like something's off? Not off, just incomplete. I thought it was just me. It's not. What do you think it is? I think we forgot something. Forgot what?
A reminder.
Of what? Of who we were before all this. Before what? Before we started trying to be who we thought we had to be. So this isn't really us? It is, but it's not all of us. Then why does everything feel so heavy here? Because we take it too seriously. It feels serious, I know, but I don't think it was meant to feel this heavy all the time. So what are we supposed to do? Not forget again. But we already did. Not completely. What do you mean?
If we fully forgot, we wouldn't be asking these questions.
So this feeling? It's something coming back? Yeah. Why does it scare me a little? Because it's different. And because once you notice it, and you can't unnotice it.
Do you think everyone feels this? I think everyone has the chance to, but not everyone listens? No. Why not? They get distracted. By what? Everything. So what happens if we do listen? Things start to change.
Like what? What do you mean?
If we fully forgot, we wouldn't be asking these questions.
Why do they make life so hard? Who? Humans. They don't mean to. Then why do they live like everything is a rule? Because they were taught to. Taught what? That they have limits. But do they? No. Then why do they believe it? Because they hear it over and over, until it sounds like their own voice. So it's not even them thinking it? Not at first. Then what are they?
Conditioned.
That's sad.
It is, because there's so much more than that.
Like what?
They're creators
Creators of what?
of everything they experience,
How?
through what they think, what they believe, and what they keep telling themselves is true.
You mean their thoughts?
Yeah,
But thoughts are just in their head.
Not for them.
They become their reality. How does that work? What they repeat, they start to believe. What they believe, they start to feel. And what they act on becomes their life. So they're creating everything without knowing. Even the things they don't want, especially those. Why? So what would happen if they changed that? Everything would change. Just like that? Not instantly, but inevitably. Into what? Into whatever they truly choose. Then why don't they? Because they think they can't. They always could. So what are they supposed to do? Be aware of what they're telling themselves. And then, choose differently, even if it feels unfamiliar? Especially then. Why? Because what's familiar is what's been keeping them small. So they have to think bigger? Not bigger. Truer. Truer to who they actually are. And who is that? Someone who was never meant to live inside limits. Do you think they'll realize? Some of them already are.